a great revenge film, but a devastating one, and it just kind of touched on the repercussions of revenge, and if you're staying within the pain cycle or if you have the ability to break free, and it's kind of your choice in that. So, a film about self-autonomy. I thought that the backstory between the brothers was really clear, the relationship was so strong and believable, and I really didn't know what was gonna happen, so when it started to unfold, I just had that looming feeling of, oh no," which is exactly what we want our viewers to feel, because it felt very immersive, like I was there and I could have stopped them. It was a difficult piece. I thought the storytelling was great in how they let it unfold, for us to kind of piece together, and I think that's a difficult ending to just choose it and sit in it.
Pretty heartbreaking. I think immediately from the first few minutes of this short, we realize that this short is going to end in tragedy. I think the tension between the brothers is extremely apparent as we already begin knowing that the brother Chris is not really as forthcoming or as transparent as he wants to appear. And we can see that he's pretty emotionally manipulative really early on. And I think as the short progresses, that tension becomes more apparent and really deepens. And I think this short does a really good job at layering issues in such a short amount of time. So the chemistry between the characters is really great. And I also think that the way that the film works with silence and music is well done.
The lighting and the shot composition, the shots are, medium close-ups and close-ups. It really adds to the suspense and the thriller theme of the short. The lighting is very minimal and dark. What this does is it adds to the mystery and sneak that these characters are up to.
Honestly, that was one heck of a birthday present. Committing patricide. But yeah, the slow unraveling of what the surprise is was very fascinating. Uh, at first, you think it's just breaking into this house, potentially stealing something. But then you start to realize that there's a more personal motive involved. And I think the cherry on top is when the police come and the brothers tries to bring him out, but you hear him downstairs fighting with the police, and it creates this very trapped feeling where uh, even though he didn't do anything, he knows that he's screwed. And it was a very somber ending. Again, it very much encapsulates that kind of trapped feeling.
I think this film does a great job with elevating the suspense and intensity. The first thing that I noticed that really helped in that aspect was sort of the film noir cinematography of it all. It was filmed almost entirely in dark settings, which is really hard to do, but they did a really great job of this. You never know what is hiding in the corners. It definitely elevates the suspense in that way, not being able to tell what's behind our characters when they're in the house. So I thought that was a great choice. The music as well definitely had me on the edge of my seat when he's walking around the house. I was expecting someone to jump out. And I thought they did a great job of this. The acting was really great. And I loved the ending where we have our main character resign himself to his fate as he's sitting at the top of the stairwell waiting for the police. I love that cliffhanger. We know what's going to happen, and we just get to sit there with our main character in that dread and guilt. And I thought that was a great choice as well.
It has a compelling premise, is a quite interesting crime story. I really like the fact that everything is pretty much set in one location in the car, but even though we only have a location, it becomes pretty interesting and dramatic. And the main character waiting in the car, this all builds the tension, and the tension gets higher and higher until the shocking ending. I think it was very well done with the great acting and directing and a very particularly pleasant cinematography and color grading. I think it was a very well done shot.
The cinematography on this was just absolutely beautiful. I really loved what they did with the lighting. I think the lighting on it was so smart because it created this suspenseful mood and stuff where it just kind of gave you this something's going to be lurking around the corner. Wonderful acting too. You, as an audience member, I definitely felt the brothers' fear and horror at kind of what was happening with that twist in the story. And the twist was really well played. I didn't see that coming at all.